David Burstein is a progressive commentator and Democratic strategist. He joins us tonight. David, thanks a lot for coming on.
Hi, Tucker. Good to be with you.
Are your parents still around?
Yes, my parents are around. They're watching tonight, probably. Hi, Mom
great.
And Dad.
What's their home address so I can send some people over to scream at them?
I'm not going to give out my parents' home address.
Oh, okay. And by the way, and just to be totally clear, I would never encourage anyone to bother your parents or you outside of the conversation we're having, because that's immoral and it's wrong. It's outside the boundaries of political debate and it crosses over into harassment. So why are Democrats making excuses for their voters hassling and physically confronting people like Ted Cruz in restaurants?
Look, I obviously don't think it's a good idea to encourage people to go harass other people. I don't think Maxine Waters is correct in saying go harass people. However, I do think that if you're a public official, you should be willing to stand on principle by your positions. Occasionally, that may get not so pretty for you. You may have people in public come out and say those things. I wish we didn't have a political discourse.
I don't understand. So but hold on. I mean, one thing about Cruz, whatever you think of Cruz, not everyone loves Cruz, I get it. But Cruz is a guy who's happy to stand on his principles and to debate them and to explain them at great length. He loves to talk about what he believes. You can always talk to Ted Cruz about what he believes. They're not trying to talk to Ted Cruz or challenge his principles. They're trying to wreck his dinner and scare his wife. I don't get it.
I think that everyone would get more if they had gone up to Ted Cruz to, lay out their case or lay out their points to him. So I don't think it's a good idea to encourage people to harass people. I actually don't think you accomplish much by doing that. But I think for public officials to be whining or complaining that they're being harassed in public takes out of the notion of public service the public piece of it, which is that people.
So then let's get back to showing up at your parents' house. So I disagree with what you're saying. I think what you're saying is wrong, and I think it's frankly bad for the country. So to express that, why would it be illegitimate for me to show up on your parents' doorstep and scream obscenities at them?
You and everyone know, my parents are not in public service. They've not chosen to live a public life.
What do you mean? They gave birth to you. And so but hold on. Look, let me just be totally clear that this is like a Swiftian argument. I hate this stuff. I think it's totally wrong. And I think we should shut it down immediately. I would never bother you or your parents. But I just want you to think through the logic of what you're saying, which is if I don't agree with someone, I get to scream at him at dinner.
You know that the point that you're making right now is dishonest. There's a big difference between private citizens and public servants who have run for election, who've put themselves out there. There are a lot of ways to serve this country. If Ted Cruz wanted to serve this country as a private citizen, there's a lot of ways to do that. And you know what? Probably in that case, you wouldn't have anyone showing up.
There's no meaningful distinction.
Yes, of course there's a meaningful distinction.
No, there is not.
There's a total difference between people who are public figures and the law bears this out.
You're a public figure, David. You're the one who's being dishonest and cowardly. You're the one who operates a website who tries to get public support so you can make money. All of us are in the business of winning others to our side. All of us are engaged in the public debate. If he's opening himself up to getting streamed at with his wife, so are you and so am I. And I'm against it.
To be clear, I do not think we should encourage people to go harass people. I don't think that should even be up for debate because it's a ridiculous idea. But I'm saying that if people like Ted Cruz are going to try and play a victim card and act like some terrible thing has been perpetrated.
They intimidate his wife at dinner. Why is it so hard
to toughen up a little bit and take some people at an $80
I ask the questions on this show, pal. So let me ask you this question: Is his wife
dinner per person menu restaurant?
Should his wife toughen up? Really, Mr. Tough Guy? I wish you were here. Because I'd ask you this question. Is his wife not tough enough?
It seems that he's tough enough to allow his wife to endure insults from Donald Trump before going and standing side by side with him when he needs his political support.
So you're totally cool with Heidi being intimidated. That doesn't bother you because it serves your purposes politically.
I do.
Yes, you're totally for it. You're making excuses for it.
I do not encourage anyone to engage in this kind of behavior.
You know what? Those are weasel words. Yes, you are.
It's not.
He should be tough enough, and it's his fault his wife got screamed at. I'm going to save this tape. When you get to be an adult, you'll be embarrassed of this.
In a culture that has been created by this president and this administration of bullying and harassment, you shouldn't be surprised that things like this end up happening, frankly. Culture starts at the top.
It's Trump's fault. Okay. Where were you educated? Really quick. Where'd you go to college? Just so I know not to say.
I'm a proud graduate of New York University.
Perfect.
Very proud.
Off the list.
There.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.